Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Robert Kelly, aka the Dude, aka the King of Zoom. Thanks for checking out the Calta and Kelly YouTube page. We hope you like what we're putting up there. Make sure you go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly and sign up over there, because every week we put a show, an extra show. Friday show, only Patreon. And we also have the JO party on Saturday night, only Patreon. That means you, all the fans, get to come into a Zoom and hang out with us and all the other ladybugs. And it's a blast. So we also let you watch all the shows live. YKWD live, all the Calta and Kelly's live, unedited, all go on the Patreon. And you also get the 10-minute extra YKWD every week goes on there, along with Live from the Shed, one-on-ones, Tech Talk with Bobby and Friends. There's so much content up there. And you know what? It's all for what? A price of a cup of coffee. $5 get you in the door. And you're going to love it. So make sure you go over there, patreon.com/Robert Kelly. And here's another little thing I want you to do. If you like this content we're putting up, subscribe and like. That's it. Just hit the little button, subscribe, so you know when we got a new show out, and then like it so we know you like what we're doing. Okay? That's it. Patreon.com/Robert Kelly. Subscribe and like. Now, enjoy the show.
This is the comedy event you've been waiting for.
Put it down, you fat bastard!
Comedian Robert Kelly will be performing live in front of an audience and streaming it right to your living room.
You're old as shit because your hair's feathered.
January 30th, 2021. Robert Kelly from Comedy Central, Netflix, and HBO will be doing his hilarious, crude, but vulnerable stand-up live from the Wall Street Theater and streaming it around the world right to you. Robert Kelly live stream pay-per-view from the Wall Street Theater, January 30th, 2021. Go online for tickets.
Wait.
Oh, I hit the button.
Sorry, don't worry about it.
They're number one best friends, almost 1,000 pounds of money. They're here to entertain you, not because Bobby needs the money. In this place you'll laugh right down from your belly. So get in here, you half a queer. It's time for Calta and Kelly.
That's for you.
Good evening, everyone.
Great song. Great song.
Isn't that awesome?
That's great. Although I'm more than half a queer, thank you.
But full queer?
Well, let's go full queer.
Bobby's only half.
Side. I'm side.
Side. Sorry.
Yes. You catch me at the right. You catch me at the right time. You catch me at the right time in the right motel.
I am in the unpopular hetero column. We used to be so cool. Now we're a fucking minority.
Had it made. Canceled.
I know.
Done. Yeah, nobody likes a guy who just fucks girls.
It's so cliche. How gay. A guy who has sex with women, that's so gay.
This show has certainly made me realize I'm in the minority.
Yeah. Well,
of somebody who's always had straight sex. Every comedian we've had on this show either has had an experience, wants to have an experience, or just talks about it like Mark Norman, like he wishes he kind of lived that life. Like he knows it's cool right now.
Right. All it is, it's like that gateway finger in the asshole. That's it. And then
listen, I'm not saying I've had the finger. I've had I just it's not, I don't know. This doesn't do anything for me. Maybe I'm just not an asshole guy.
You know, that's quite all right.
Well, you're an asshole.
I'm an asshole. I enjoy going in the what are we talking about? Hi, everybody.
Hi. Why don't you introduce our guests and introduce the show and do your thing?
Me? I just met our guest 5 minutes ago, and I'm not really 100% sure who it is.
It's not important, believe me. No one in the audience cares either. It's fine.
Yeah,
I got a message.
One of my favorite people. I met Jay when we met 5 years ago, maybe longer.
Probably more. Probably 6, 7.
Jaye McBride. She's from Albany, the wonderful fucking city of Albany. I was up there working in one of Tommy's rooms, little shit room, really cool room. We used to be like a fucking IHOP. and then he bought it and made it into a really cool comedy room.
Right. It was like it was like a weird Chinese buffet, and they had like a downstairs for like ice, like freezing cold, no heat. But it was a cool room once they filled up.
It was a perfect comedy club because downstairs was a really open like room you could do a bigger show in. Upstairs was like a comedy cellar type of room, low ceilings. They had a restaurant, a lot of parking. I mean, granted, very shady part of town. Very shady part of town, but it was a great little comedy room. And I actually, going into radio, because Mike, this is my number one best friend and co-host, Mike Calta, who is, I mean, just the number one radio guy, just blowing all the shit down for years down in Florida in the morning on the bone. And was funny because when I went to Albany first, I did the Paramount. And I know I went with Dane to the Egg. Oh, no, I went to Dane to the big place. Then I went back to the Egg with me, Gary, and Jay. And then I went and the number one radio guy for years in Albany was called something Wolf.
Bob Wolf, yeah.
Bob Wolf. I mean,
did you get a lot of, and now back to the Bob Wolf show.
Oh, it was more like Wolf in the morning, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now back to the Wolf in the morning. That's all right. And he had a club in Poughkeepsie too, but he was like the guy. He was like the guy in Albany. So if you were doing a show, like everyone listened to him.
I mean, dude, I went there. We did the Paramount Theater for his show. Like, how you do shows.
Yeah.
I mean, it was packed. It was fucking packed.
Wait,
2,000 people.
Radio
the Palace. The
Palace, okay.
And packed, all kinds of shit, all kinds of people. And I come back a couple years later, and I'm going to a Christian college. He got fired.
Okay.
He got fired.
The Wolf.
And I show up at this college radio station. And who met me at the door but Jaye McBride, who was his co-host at the time on this, right? Christians?
I was. Yeah, it's a Christian Siena College. It's like you probably know if you watch NBA basketball or NCAA basketball, because they make the 64 once every like 5 or 6 years, and it's a big deal in Albany. They're like run by Franciscan friars. They only play music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So like the student DJs have the worst job ever. Like imagine saying like you're a college DJ and you end up playing like, Mike and the Mechanics all day. And like that's, yeah, it's like, so that's what they are. But we did like an hour, they were desperate for anything. So we did an hour of comedy, and whoever was coming into town, we would record them and play it the day after the weekend they were there. So it didn't sell any tickets either. It was basically you showed up, then we played the show afterwards to, I don't know, talk about how great you would have been if they were there buying tickets. It was very Albany. It wasn't,
It was it was very weird, but then you wound up coming down and being on my show.
Yep.
And you were surprisingly funny, which never happens.
I know.
I was like, oh, this fucking broad's funny. And yeah. So it was surprise, but then he disappeared. I mean, that's what scares me. That's why radio guys to me, Mike,
yeah,
we're doing. I don't understand.
The Wolf disappeared.
The Wolf is gone.
Who was at the college with you? Wasn't the Wolf, was it?
It was the Wolf. It was the Wolf. And then
Wolf went from being the number one dude in town to going to a fucking college radio station. And now what happens to the Wolf's nightclubs? Do they survive? Well, he's no longer the Wolf in the morning?
No, and he's still like, I think he's doing a podcast now or something. So he's doing better than he was, but he had sort of like, it's one of those things like radio collapsed in the area. I think Stern came up at the time. So like everyone disappeared off radio. And, and he's a super nice guy, and I still talk to him once in a while. So, but no, it's just like things just the way it worked out. And then he went to Poughkeepsie, opened up, which is about an hour south of Albany, and opened up a comedy club, and people would go there quite a bit. Then that ended, and pretty much that was it. Like, people just aren't looking for radio hosts, I guess. I don't know. I really, no offense,
it's
Mike.
A hard gig.
It's
a hard gig, dude. If you're in radio,
you're the exception to the rule.
If I lost this gig that I have here, I'm probably going to go into retirement 10 years earlier than I had planned, because I can't see me starting to search the fucking country for another radio gig. I think I'm done. I think I would just go retire and then go work some other job until I'm 60.
Yeah. No,
Well,
so I think that's what he
maintenance.
I mean, I don't know how to do anything, so I couldn't be a maintenance guy. And then plus, I'd look like Booker from Good Times with a tool belt on. I don't know what I would do. I'd maybe go work at the Hard Rock. We have a Hard Rock here. I would go be some sort of public relations guy or something like that. I don't know, something to get me through the next.
What you're
10
good
years.
at? What are you good at? Sandwich making.
I'm not even a good sandwich maker.
Barbecue. You could do a barbecue.
Everybody's doing barbecue. I don't know. I'd have to just join the crowd.
What about mime? Can you mime?
Yeah.
I'm not even good at mime. My hands are too big. I break the wall all the time.
You can open up a sleeping sitting room.
Oh, now that I'm good at. How I should start a new fad. Hey, doctors just said, test just showed the best way to sleep is to sleep sitting up, and I'm going to show you how. All you need to do is come join my 2-day course this weekend at the Ritz-Carlton, Sarasota, and me, Mike Calta, famous radio DJ, will teach you how to sleep sitting up. Oh, I'm
Nice.
in. I already got it. I'm on it.
Happy to be napping.
What if that's true? What if that is true? What was that, Mush? What'd you just do? Just pick up nothing?
I don't know. I thought maybe there'd be more curveballs.
Oh, it's the wolf. There's the wolf.
That's the wolf.
Oh, I thought that was me in retirement.
And great guy, great voice too.
Great eyebrows.
Great eyebrows.
Well, you know what?
Yes.
I went up there once just before that, and they had some dude co-hosting, some random fucking dude, and then I got a call. Would you be willing to be like a co-host
of the Wolf
and
Show?
I was like, yes, and I was like, no, I'm not moving to Albany. I'm just not doing it. But Bob, who the fuck did it? A comic did do it. What's his name? Bob Levy. Wasn't it Bob Levy?
Did he? Yeah, I think he was
using the term comic loosely.
He went up and I think became his co-host for a minute. And I
think Eddie Clark was the comic. Went up there. I don't know if you know Eddie Clark, but he went up there for a little bit too.
But you're the first transgendered comic I ever met.
Right.
That you know.
No, I know a couple of them now, but not. I mean,
posers. Huh? I'm the original. They're the posers.
No, does that bother you? That
it's bullshit. They saw that I finally found a niche. I found a racket that was on my own, and then it's like you're mining gold, and then someone goes in right next door and mines the same. It's like, come on.
We had a transgender comic on this show before.
Oh,
Judy Gold.
That's a woman. She's a woman.
It's fucked up.
The fucking Michael.
I didn't know. I was being supportive.
She's the man in her relationship, but she's a woman.
Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, she's taller than I am.
It's 5:13. How long into this podcast till I get started asking some good questions?
Well,
you don't want to talk about the history of Albany radio? I think like that just like hundreds of people listen to that.
I mean, I know all about the wolf now. What more is there to know? Isn't Brother Weeze in there somehow?
That's pretty much it.
Well, it was funny because she was on stage and she has it right in her act. She just I did some joke and the whole crowd, you set the crowd off. I forget what the fucking joke was, but you make them kind of uncomfortable and then you just whack them in the face with something. And it was hilarious.
I know you're whacking.
Probably my dad. I talk about my dad. I say this joke about how like my dad, which one makes him really throws him off? He said, like when I was little, I asked my dad, I was like, what do you call a little boy who wants to be a little girl? And he said, I don't know, but they're definitely not getting any ice cream. And at that point, people like laugh, but then they're also like, and I say like, it's okay. He dies in the end. And then they're just like, that's like the greatest thing ever, which I don't know. Go figure.
Right. Yeah. Very funny. That. Are you really like, because there is a couple, I think Ari I forget her name. She was kind of funny. And there's a couple people now, transgendered comedians. And it's not whatever.
Yeah, there are more than, I mean, in New York, it's tough. Like there aren't a lot there are a lot of open micers in New York. There are a lot of queer shows that have trans comics. But no one's really passed at any of the clubs yet other than myself. In LA, there are a couple though that have like Ian Harvey. He went the other way. We sort of cross going cross
Hold
paths.
on. I gotta get a look. I gotta get a look at that. Ian Harvey.
Ian Harvey. It's Harbie. Yeah, and he was in a couple. He was in Transparent and that. So he's on the other host, and there are a couple others too that form of the Comedy Store. I just don't remember who. But yeah, they're more out there now than before, which it's good to get in now, right when comedy's dying. That's a good time to get in.
It's a good time. Yeah, I know.
People
Nobody's
are sick of trans people and comedy's dying. So you really, you should have had it in the golden era of trans comedy.
All right, hold on.
That sweet spot.
2019 to 2020.
Right. June of 2018 until about January, about 6 months. You had a good 6 month run, where the world was mine.
You got into the cellar. You're in at the cellar, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I knew though you were funny out of the gate, man. I knew you were coming to New York, that you were going to get in at all the clubs because you're just fucking hilarious.
Actually, the only ones I've gotten in at the Cellar and Broadway. Like how
Broadway
weird is that?
You didn't get in at the fucking Stand?
Oh wait, Stand Up New York. No, I haven't gotten into Stand New York Comedy Club. Nothing. I mean, I haven't really performed a lot, and I haven't really pursued it. But because I mean, at the time, I was getting enough work where I was. But yeah, I was just like thought that was weird. The only two clubs.
Right. Well,
Mush, I put up is that Ian?
That's Ian.
What? Now Ian was a woman?
He was. Yes. He
Holy
transitioned.
That is some transition.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When I mean, like trans men are just like some of the butchest looking guys imaginable. It's insane. Like testosterone, just what it does.
But he's got all the things that guys don't even want, like that receding hairline.
Yeah, that comes with testosterone. Like
better fucking beard than I can grow. That's unfair.
Sorry, and all he has to do is cut off.
I'm proud. I'm not angry about it.
Well, did you know some trans girls can have milk come out of their nipples?
Yeah. Let me show you. Hold on.
Shit. It'd be the best podcast ever if you just
right over the camera. Right over the camera. But that's not milk.
Oh wow, is that how it works? They just hook it all up to the same.
Yeah, they come out of the nipples. The chemistry changes. I don't know. But the thing about Ian too, it's like he looks like a lumberjack. He's the sweetest guy there is. He's like the nicest guy you'll ever meet too. So
now, all right. So can I start with my questions? I got a lot of questions.
Please.
How long have you been transgendered? By the way, also just so you know, I have friends who are transgendered. I'm not like, what is this weird spectacle? I just am curious about it.
Since
how
birth.
long? Just finish the question. Don't put a comma and a couple dots after long.
How
long have you been living fully as a woman?
All right. Well, first of all, I've been transitioned all my life, you asshole. And no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, what kind of bullshit canceled? Okay.
By the way, I'm gonna tell you right now. Once you guys become full-on women, you become sensitive bitches right out of the gate.
I know.
You see in the chat room, Laura Jane Grace is that her name? She was the singer of Against Me, which is a really good band.
Oh yeah.
And then she came out and she went fully woman, and the band was still great. But my question was to her, in the most respectful way, like I requested an interview, got it, and was so excited. And I said, hey, when you sing, do you have to manipulate your voice? Do you have to change it one way? Because I'm sure you don't want to talk the same way that you're used to singing your old song. And she hung up on me.
Wow.
Okay. I was like, and this was like 10 years ago, where that was still pretty fresh. You know what I mean? Like people were like
Dean Martin.
What? No, I mean, like she was when she was a guy.
Let me get the joke out, you fucking cocksucker.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, Mike. I'm talking to Mike.
Which cocksucker? No, I'm pretty open. Like I think a lot of trans people are pretty sensitive about talking about their past and stuff. I actually took voice lessons because I had a deeper voice. So because I don't want to sound like you or Bobby. No offense.
But if you did something that you were known for, and your voice was known for that, that's a legit question. I think.
Thought it was a good question. I would have been like, wow, all right, that's a good question.
And right out of the gate, and then hung up on me.
the other reason why I think it's a good question is because like most people like obviously you don't ask if someone has a dick or whatever. That's the sort of thing.
One too.
Right. Like that's what would get you hung up. Anyway, I transitioned in February 22nd, 2007. So almost 14 years.
Okay, so and I would imagine that's somewhere like maybe just a little bit less than half your life.
It's yes.
Yeah. So that's pretty solid.
It's been a while, and like at the time, it was really different.
Like that, please.
What's
long, solid. He keeps
sorry to turn you on during the interview.
Pretty solid. Shut up. Just use different words. Stop.
All right, parents. Now, how was it legitimately with the parents?
You change your voice when you moan during sex. I'm like, well, it's a little.
Oh, if you were ever having sex, if you were having sex and you were like, do it, I'd be like, yeah.
Oh, come on. Everyone likes that. Little role play. Let's see, parents. My mom took my dad. I joke about like how my dad wasn't accepting. My dad wouldn't have accepted it. Like I know, but he actually died before I transitioned. He died when I was 18. So
did he know though?
Oh, he knew something was up. I think he thought I was gay because at the time, like growing up, I didn't know what trans was. No one knew the word transgender. I think at the time, even if they did talk about it, it would be transsexual or like female impersonator. And that's what they thought of like the whole thing. But for the most part, like he just knew I was effeminate, and hated it. It would beat the shit out of me anytime I was. So I would try and hide all that stuff.
Really?
So, yeah, I mean, like not like I was never put into a hospital or anything like that, but he slapped me around pretty good. No, but I remember one time I was like 12 years old and I'm watching one of those like weird like variety shows like Current Affair, one of those things back. That was in the evening. And I remember like it was me, my three brothers are there. And the whole family's basically in the house. I'm the only one watching TV though. And these female impersonators came on. And at the time I'm looking at that. I'm like, it was like a lightning bolt. I was like, holy shit, that's me. That's what I am. It finally had a word to it, and right then it was almost immediately. My dad walked in the room, looked at us, looked at the TV and said, if any of you turn out like that, I'll kill you. So
really,
boy,
yeah, it was rough. It was rough. So I just hit it as long as I could, and
it's like funny that you chose to go into the field where everyone is going to make fun of you because that's what they do for a living. Like you didn't get enough of that shit when you were younger, and now you're going to go and get it from everybody because that's their job. Right.
I mean, like I don't even do roasts anymore. It's just like, all right, I've heard them all. I've heard all that shit since I was like 6. All right, I don't want to, but yeah, I think like honestly, the reason why I was doing an interview for The Guardian or something like, and like I was talking to her about why I started getting into comedy, and what was weird to me as a guy, I worked retail and was never turned down for a promotion, like ever, like 8 or 9 times. I know, humble brag about having a successful retail career. I know, like everyone's jealous. I know.
Get it, Macy's.
And then see, there's hope after radio. Right. But then after I transitioned, I never got a promotion. It was like I would constantly get turned down and overlooked, and I wouldn't get like raises. And it was the same person, the same work ethic. And at that point, I realized like I can no longer, people have this path, like you go into a job, you get better and better at the job, you get promoted higher, you get, and there's like a trajectory. I realized that trajectory wasn't there. So I was like, well, I like doing stand up, even though it's open mic. Why don't I be a little more serious at it? So
that's very interesting. And are you in a relationship?
No.
Have you been? Any serious ones?
No, I haven't. A few like one night things. That's about it. But
Mark
yeah.
Norman?
Yeah, well, that was a little different. He cried too much. It was a little weird. It was a little weird for me. So
who was that?
No, I was joking about Mark Norman. No,
Mark Norman.
I've never dated. Actually, what one?
Is my mic not working? Because I'm saying these fucking jokes, and
these are
laughing at. You just retold my joke, and he laughed at it.
You're like cutting out because I don't know what it is. You're not coming across. I can't hear you.
Mush.
Now I can. Like when you talk alone, I could hear you.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
I should shut up.
I just thought you were coming through the fucking screen like Poltergeist.
Is that better?
It's worse.
Yeah. No, the camera.
I don't know. Your levels are lower than everyone else. I think it's because I don't know. I'm not gonna point fingers.
Because of our manly voices.
Is my mic fucking lower than everybody's?
You seem lower. I don't know. It could just be me.
What do you want? You got a fucking better camera. Be happy with that.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
I
great
want to
camera.
sound good too. I'm the king of Zoom.
Yeah, let's be honest. Like if the listeners had a choice between a good camera with Bobby or a good mic, I think they'd choose good mic. I mean, no offense, but I'm just saying.
Your sound is the clearest, but it's not as loud as the other two.
What?
Can you pump it up?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh boy.
Pump it up. How's that? Is that better?
There we go. There we go.
How's that? Is that better?
Yes.
It's good.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Now ready to do that joke again.
Those golden eggs.
Now you're overmodulating.
What?
You're overmodulating.
Mush?
It's modulating.
Fuck you and your modulation.
I thought you were jumping out at me.
Hello? How's that?
Get loud?
Hey.
Okay.
Is that better?
You didn't change anything. Come on, let's be honest.
That's not really as loud as you're going to get, but pretend I messed up.
Hey, you cocksucker. How's that?
It modulates when you get that bad.
I fucking hate everybody.
This is my favorite part of the show.
Yeah, that's
because he lets me go on the air with the shitty sound.
You didn't sound shitty before. It got shitty.
right.
How'd it get shitty?
I don't know. When you got on the show and you're like, "Hey, how you fuckers doing?" and got there, and it sounded fine.
How's that sound? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll just talk.
I'm not asking you, Mike, because you don't tell the truth.
We'll just all talk quiet. You'll be fine.
All right.
No, you
it's
said
a little better. It's a little better.
All right, I got sex questions now.
Yeah. All right.
Don't ask the question she said don't ask, which I've never asked anybody. I don't know why.
Yeah, you have.
I have not.
Yeah, you have. On the podcast with Bailey J and Sue that we did.
Well,
Yes.
listen, I mean, you were around friends. I mean, listen, I mean, it was 3-1.
And Colin Quinn, who doesn't care. I mean, Colin's like, yeah, he would have figured it out anyway.
More than side queer, I tell you that. Yeah, you fucking. They got me and Colin never did too many shows together. We can't do more than a night together. We wind up sucking each other off in a fucking van.
Wow.
Two Boston guys would have gone total Southie.
His little priest fingers.
So
All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've had a couple one night stands. That's about it. But I'm
in 14 years.
Here's the thing. It's like I am too neurotic. I don't picture myself saying like, wow, I'm so comfortable to be naked in front of this person. I just like, I can't stand the way I look. I mean, it's better than it was. That doesn't mean I like it, So it's tough for me to say like, yeah, I want to go on a date with someone, I mean,
Well, I can I be honest with you?
Sure.
I know of you, and when I saw you, I kind of put 2 and 2 together.
Right.
But there are people you look at, like that person that just became the assistant health secretary. That person's transgender, and that person still looks a lot like a guy. You do not. I would say you're a strong 8 on a 1 to 10 as far as looking like a solid woman. If I didn't know, I think somebody would have to tell me.
Right.
So
I think
interesting that you're uncomfortable when you actually, I think, look a lot better than most of the transgender people I've seen.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's just something about the whole body too. It's like when you just show everything that like when you go through your life hating your body. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was Catholic too. It's just. But honestly, like I've never had like much more than like a quick. I have performed on guys. Let's put it this way, and some have performed on me. That's all in the past.
I got you. All
Hey,
right.
it's so funny though that. I mean, it's getting to the. I mean, nobody cares anymore, right? I mean, most people, Rachel Levine, Dr. Rachel Levine, the first transgender Senate, who's going to be
The assistant health secretary.
I mean, that's pretty crazy. That's epic, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think I was talking to someone else about this. Like they're asking why there weren't more trans people in this field or that field or that. It's like we've only been taken seriously for about 10 years now, but we're pretty good considering, where we are now. I feel like we are being taken seriously
because there's a pioneer class. There was the ones that had to go through and do it and take all the shit for it and run through. And that's the hard ones. And then there's the ones now where guys are like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever makes you happy. Like, you get to a certain age, you realize you're only here for 70 something years if you're lucky.
Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, and John Leguizamo had to they had to go out there and,
Well, I think I think like the original transgender comedians, I think they're the ones who really like shone a light on it, you know? Not so much.
Who is of course I was joking. Who is the original transgender comedians? Eddie Izzard? No, he's just become transgendered now, right? Or was he always?
Right. Honestly, there weren't really a lot. Like I think like Julia Scotti was one, but she performed for years before transitioning. I don't know.
I think it's better that there's not, because if he came out first, like it's better, like the first person that we had here, there was a city council person or somebody here that ended up changing and announced it and became her. I forgot his Steve, I think was his name, and announced he was becoming Sue and grew his hair out, and everybody was like, "Oh, weird! Look at that!" And then after a couple of weeks, they were like, "Yeah, who gives a shit?"
Right,
like,
right.
Now you have long hair. Who cares? I have a friend who was in radio and then did some like TV voice stuff and was on TV on camera a couple times, and then he just started growing his hair, and I go, "What are you going through, a fucking Peter Pan phase?" Because it gets that weird middle shortness, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just growing it out or whatever." And then finally somebody told me, and I went, "You got it." No, and then he found out that I knew.
More like Tinkerbell, am I right?
Well, the thing is that once I talked, I have to tell you, once I talked to, his name was Eddie. I'm sorry, his name was Eric, and now it's Erica. And when I talked to Eric, and Eric was like, "I've been going through this my whole life. I tried to kill myself 3 times when I was younger because I was." You're like, "Oh well, fuck. Who wants you to do that? Be happy. Grow your fucking hair out. Who cares?"
Right.
And I think that's how most people feel. And I think that's because if you're able to talk to somebody and understand a little bit more than just seeing pictures, you get a whole respect for it.
Yeah, I mean, like, now it feels 100%. It feels like it's from when I first transitioned to where like insurance companies wouldn't even cover like medications. Like they would have, the doctor would have to put it under something else in order to get prescriptions. Like no insurance company would cover it. To now, it's just like, I mean, like everybody sees it, everybody's aware of it, and I mean, it's almost like, I think it's almost at a point where some people are sick of hearing it. Quite honestly, you know, like I don't want to go to a show with only trans comedians. You know, I just don't want to ever. If it's just trans comics, I don't want to be there.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's good. We've got to a point where, you know, it's people get it now. You know.
Let me ask you a question. It's so like, you know, Michael went to Michelle,
right?
You know, do you have to go to the obvious? Can you just go Lisa from Mike?
You could. Is that what you're? Yeah.
Like it always seems like it goes from Brian to this. It's always they stay the letter. You know, like my friends who have transitioned always wind up staying the letter that they are.
I did too. I stayed the letter. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. Although I don't know why I picked Jay. It's such a stupid. I mean, who the fuck's named Jay? First of all, everyone gets it wrong. Everyone assumes it's wrong. It's like Jane. What Jane? And it's just so I don't know. At the time, it was just like I thought like, no, it'd be cool because it sounds like a letter, like a Bond villain or something. You know, I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, everyone pretty much does that. I did change my last name though to my mom's maiden name, which I was figuring why I'm at it. You know.
Now, how is she now?
Dead. So yeah,
threw herself off the George Washington Bridge.
Right. Exactly. She's like, you know, well, I thought I was disappointed before, you know, and you know, so, but no, she died about 4 or 5 years ago of cancer. So
was she good with it before you died?
She was. Yeah, she was. It took a little while. I think she just couldn't get her head around it. You know, like she never like turned her back on me or anything like that. Yeah. But I think it just like didn't click until it did, and then it was great. We were like really.
Because if you're a parent, I mean, I have kids. If my son is 6'1" with long curly hair, if he decided one day that he was a woman and he wanted to be a woman, I wouldn't be mad. But you gotta take you a little while to kind of get used to it. That's it. Yeah. And then I'd be like, you know, then I'd have to make jokes right out of the gate.
Right. Well, some people, like especially when you transition old. Thank God, like people are able to transition younger, so they don't like. Because man, puberty on guys, it does some damage. I mean, like if someone goes through, there we go. I think Kelly Bobby would be a better one than Bobby.
I think Kelly Bobby. Right. I think that's my transitioning name, Kelly Bobby.
Yeah.
Oh man, we'd be the best couple ever, Bobby.
Do you know how famous I would be on YouTube if I had a channel called Kelly Bobby and I did my own makeup?
You should. You should do that now.
Chubby girls.
Yeah.
If you cared about this show, you would do that now just to drive traffic over
And
here.
I just talked about ghost stories. So one time, and I was eating hot dogs. One time, this ghost came out of the closet, and this lady, she got possessed, and she had.
Now let me grab another lollipop and
Who you attracted to? Guys and girls? Just guys?
probably both now. I didn't think I would be. When I started transitioning, I was only attracted to guys. And I don't really talk about it on stage. Pretty much on stage, I'm completely straight because it's funnier. You know,
Yeah.
I think a lesbian trans person to Joe Public is gonna be, I don't get it, you know. But on stage, I say I'm straight, but in reality, I think I'm definitely more bi than I was before. I don't know if I could date a woman. I just don't know if I could. It sounds weird, but I don't know if I could.
Well, if you have
feminine.
to climb in the business and get a better job, or
Yeah,
you know,
right.
get
right.
closer to that golden ring, you gotta fucking do what we gotta do, right?
Right, exactly. No, but I mean, it's like I just don't know if I could like feel feminine if I dated a woman. You know what I mean? And I don't want to feel like a guy. If I'm dating someone, I don't want to be the guy in the relationship. So I don't know.
Gotcha. What about Billy J? You into that?
Oh yeah, Bailey's cool. Yeah. I did the Bobby's podcast. with her.
Yeah, I had her. It was the weirdest podcast. One of the weirdest podcasts I did.
8 dicks in a duffel bag.
Huh? What's that?
It was called 8 dicks in a duffel bag.
I had, because I'm pro trans for a long time. Norton, having a friend like Norton too, just doesn't care. It's just, I like trans girls. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? Nobody gives a shit.
And a lot of guys do. They just don't admit it. I mean, come on.
Yeah. A lot.
Like, we're not there yet. You know,
Karen, what level? Like, I'm not. We talk about Billy J all the time. She's beautiful,
right?
Beautiful. But I couldn't. First of all, I'd be very intimidated by a larger penis than mine, and I'm not into the penis, so I couldn't do it. And Bobby and I argue about that.
You're into the balls.
No, I'm not into the balls. we talk about that all the time about how I'm not like, oh no, I'm not. I'm just not into that. And Bobby's like, yeah, fuck yeah, you would do it. I do it. And back around, I'm like, oh.
Well, here's the deal: is Bailey and me became very close friends. Bailey, me and her husband are actually he's one of my good friends.
He's great.
And I had her, and Jay, and what was her name?
Sue Lightning.
Yeah, on the show.
And Colin Quinn, which I thought it was going to be Norton, but I don't know.
It was Colin Quinn, which is, just as good. And
you got a penis?
I'm gonna suck a pecker. But the girl Sue showed up with a Russian accent.
It was weird.
She was speaking in with this Russian accent the whole time, and it was flipping everybody out because she's not. It's fake. It was fake.
Anybody call her out on it?
I think we did, but she was like, "No, this is what I talk like." Or like
bullshit.
Brighton Beach, we all talk like this. And I'm like,
yeah, Little Odessa or some shit, and it was fucking crazy. And then after we found out she was faking the accent the whole time.
Yeah, she texted me for a couple weeks after that, and so we talked. We were pretty friendly, and then just like nothing. But she told me like, by the way, I'm not really Russian. I was like, all right,
no shit.
And I'm not really a woman.
I'm more Russian than female. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that was a crazy podcast. It was actually a really good one.
I'm rushing to cut off my dick.
Do you think that you can't feel fully comfortable with your body because of that?
There are other things too. I still see there are other parts of my body. Like I know all women hate their bodies, and I know a lot of guys have issues with their bodies, but it's just I don't. They're little things like that I see. Like my shoulders are more broad than I like. Like stuff like that. I just don't know that I could get over all these obsessive the way I obsess about these flaws. I don't know if I could get over that. I don't know. I mean, I would like to. I would, but I don't know.
Interesting.
Well, you had a job. You have a job. I mean, you've been writing
Yep.
for
Well-
Liz for a couple of years, right?
Yep, that ended at quarantine.
It did?
Quarantine started. Yeah, that did. But that was cool. I worked with a bunch of women in Abortion Access Front, which was a great little group. Yeah, very pro-abortion, which is awesome. So it was
Me
fun.
and Mike. we want to keep our marriages.
And yeah,
what did the group do?
they were a reproductive rights group, so they just did a lot of like humorous videos, a lot of like memes and stuff like that, internet, a lot of content online, just to and then they would go to protests too.
I was watching a thing the other day about a pro-choice advocacy group who they were showing you what assholes the protesters were and how fucking what dirty fighters they really were, and how they would buy property next to the abortion clinics.
Yeah.
And they would try to direct the traffic. If you had an appointment, they would try to direct traffic into their place and then bring them inside and try to make them feel bad about having the abortion. They're real scumbags.
What they have these things called crisis pregnancy centers, which have nothing to do with abortion. They're 100% anti-abortion. So if someone goes in there, what they try and do, they'll say things like, well, you have plenty of time to decide because you're only 6 weeks along, when in reality they might be 12. But this way, because some states say you can't get an abortion after 20 weeks or 25 weeks, they're tricking it essentially. Or they would say like, here, let me give you these pamphlets about this, like adoption. Let me give you these religious pamphlets. And they basically just try and lie to women and do whatever they can to keep them there and keep them from getting an abortion. And these fake clinics, they're actually about 30 times more fake clinics than actual abortion clinics in this country. So what they'll do, they'll move right next to, and they have money. They have money from the church. They have church money, which is, you can't beat church money. And so they'll move right next to a place. And I think it was Jacksonville. There's a place called Women's Health Center. So they moved like 3 doors down, called it Women's Help Center, with the same font. So it looked just like it. If you're driving along, you're gonna see the fake one first.
It was like McDaniel's and Coming to America.
McDowell's, that's golden arcs. And and then they would have these protesters with these mutilated fetuses that you look at when you drive through. They're terrible, man. And like that's where like people at the protests at the Capitol 2 weeks ago, they were at these protests too. I mean, it was like the overlap is insane.
Yeah.
We walked by. I got an abortion with my girlfriend, my first girlfriend, and we walked by all the protesters. I mean, it didn't even fucking phase us. We were walking by. They had fucking photos, all this shit in our face. I was like, yeah, nice photo. Get the fuck out of my way.
Right. Yeah, but imagine being
I met this broad 6 months ago. Get that out of my way.
Imagine being a 14-year-old though, from a heavenly person.
I was 14. She was 12. We had to do it. No, I'm kidding.
I have that external speaker on my truck, so whenever I go by that, I will just slow down or stop at the light, and I will talk to them all from the speaker. Brings me so much joy.
Well, I was at the clinic that I actually went to. All jokes aside, I wound up working at an Italian restaurant across the street. I think it had to be like a year and a half, 2 years later. And
you worked at Abortianos?
Abortianos.
Yeah.
Abortianos. People would come in. We trick them to come in. We trick them to come in, and we'd be like, "Listen, we like this is what your baby looks like,
but it's delicious.
This is what you're gonna do to your baby. It's gonna look like
you're gonna kill your baby.
Gnocchi squingili.
You have a baby fra diavolo. You have a baby fettuccine alfredo."
But the guy, that's the one where the guy went in. I was at work when the guy went in and shot up the abortion right across the street. It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, where was it? Was that Massachusetts or is this
Brookline? Yeah, Brookline, Massachusetts. Yeah, it was right across the street. That's the place I went to with my, whatever, my girl.
Right. Good thing you got in time. Good thing you got in time. You beat the
meet
rush.
You right after work. Just meet you right after work. Well, all right. Well, he took care of it.
2 birds with one stone.
That's fucking
It's
terrible.
fucking terrible. No, there are these people that protest. They sign bills saying like they think it's okay to kill abortion doctors. They'll sign these like letters saying like, all right, we're part of this chosen people who believe it's okay. I mean, they'll publish the addresses of abortion doctors at these clinics and post it all over the neighborhood. They're insane. They're like criminal, and I don't know. It was tough. It's tough.
They really are. There's some bastards out there. There really is. I mean, think about all these young girls that are, most of them doing this behind their parents' back, and they're scared as it is. And then you have these assholes out there.
Yeah.
You know who is a big? I don't know why I always remember this, but back in the early '90s, when people were harassing people on abortion lines, you know who was one of the big? There was groups that would go out and protect them and guard the women as they walked in. And you know who one of the big celebrities was? Booger from Revenge of the Nerds.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And I like a couple of years ago, I had him on my show, and I go, I gotta ask you a question. Did I make this up? Was this a dream that I had? And he was like, No, that was me. I was like, all right, I just wanted to make sure.
Which one's Booger? I don't know. Was that like the beathead guy?
Booger was the Booger.
He was in like every 80s movie.
Yeah.
He was the big guy though, right? With the curly hair. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, I want to address the chat. Yes.
No, you're thinking of Ogre.
We made abortion funny. Yeah, we made a bunch of funny jokes about this topic. That's what we do.
I didn't even
Don't even look at. Don't look at the chat.
I had on private chat, so all I saw was, "Do I sound okay?" Yes, you sound okay. Are you sure? Yes.
That's. I think you missed the key word on that. It's private.
Oh, you can see that private chat. It's a good thing I didn't use that.
I mean, if anybody knows about private, you should know about keeping your mouth shut. I mean, Jesus Christ, Jay. What the fuck? You have no code.
Jesus fucking, what am I doing? All the secrets, all the trade secrets are out there. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's Booger. Okay. Yeah, I know what it is. I was thinking like the muscly guy who like had the lazy eye who played like wrestlers and stuff.
Yeah, that's Ogre.
Okay. Sorry, hand bandana. Someone's like, shut the fuck up, Jay. I'm like, all right.
Don't read the chat.
I don't read the chat. Unless Melissa sends me a private message.
Oh, God. She sends you private messages?
Yeah, sometimes.
Mush.
Yes, sir.
Why is
Wi-Fi?
Why does it take you that long to answer me, Mush?
What's up?
Why are you not answering that? Forget it. You can't get.
I thought it was rhetorical. I'm sorry.
You can't get private messages in here, can you, Mush?
No. I mean, the private chat is all four of us can see it.
Thank you. Okay, appreciate that. Thank you, Mush.
But he probably is getting them directly from on his phone.
What, Mush? No one asked for the extra details. Okay. So I want to know what the fuck you've been doing. And are you still in Queens? Are you
Brooklyn? Still
You're in
there.
Brooklyn, and I mean,
it's been rough. It's been a rough stretch. I've been doing a lot of writing, and I've been doing actually a lot of like drawing, because the only thing with less respect than comics are cartoonists. So I thought, why don't I start doing more of that? And mission accomplished. No, so I've been doing a lot.
You're not drawing like transgender Tessie, are you?
Transgender Tessie?
Like you always draw, comics always draw things that are no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe they're trans. I don't know. I mean, there's people. They're people. I don't see genders.
That's a big lie, by the way.
Just like I don't see colors.
Even trans people see genders.
Yeah, I know. I draw them, they, them, the same. No, I draw regular. I don't know, just stupid cartoon things. Just I was doing a comic strip for a while, just for the hell of it. I did like a little graphic novel. I did about 28 pages of. So little things like that to keep me busy. Not writing new jokes though. So if you're a fan of my old jokes, which you've heard before, you're gonna love my new set.
It's like some guys are just ripping out new material, and I can't. I write on stage. I can't sit at a desk like homework and hey, what do you think about mayonnaise?
Right.
And just start writing about fucking mayonnaise. I need to have Dawn fucking give me bad mayonnaise and me eat it and get sick and shit my pants on a bus, and then I have a fucking mayonnaise shit my pants on a bus. I want to kill my wife joke. You know what I mean?
Nobody says shit my pants better than you do.
Like,
what?
Yeah,
what happened?
I just didn't like her anymore. Just
She
kidding.
hung
I
up
mean,
by
we get it.
accident.
We get it.
Here she is.
That was weird.
You come back.
What we were talking about shitting on the subway.
Yes.
Okay.
Bobby, nobody says I shit my pants better than the way Bobby says it.
Yeah, the way he says mush, that could be like an ASMR video,
Yeah.
just Bobby saying mush over and over.
Yeah.
Mush, shit my pants.
I can't fucking like. I have a show this weekend at Soul Joe's. Oh, did I get mad at that kid today? This fucking guy
Why?
said, I'll tell you why. I fucking hate text messages, first of all, right?
He does. He hates text
Okay.
messages.
Oh, it's a fucking just a it's just disrespectful.
He's so old school. He can't understand that people are trying to multitask. So he has to call. And if you text message him, he calls you, goes, I'm not a fucking 12-year-old girl. If you want to say something to me, call me up. I just shit my pants. Mush.
Mush.
I get this text message today out of the blue. Ready? Good morning. This is for John Bella morning show. They said you called in before. Tomorrow, 10:30. Can you do it?
Can I give you my advice?
Please.
The show's over at 10. Why would you do it at 10:30?
It's taped for the next day.
Ugh. Okay.
Okay, no, but I like the guy. But all right. They said they said you've called in before. Tomorrow, 10:30. Can you do it? Question mark. I wrote back, who's this?
You're such a cunt.
He wrote back, it's Joel to promote the show for Saturday. I go, your texts stink.
I only
goes,
respond.
"Sorry."
I only respond to the King's English. Thank you.
I wrote, how about hi, buddy. Good morning, pal. Hey, pal, you free tomorrow?
Oh, you sensitive, you delicate flower, you.
Listen, all you got to do is add just call me and go, hey, buddy, it's me. Can you do? Yeah. Text message stinks because you don't fucking start out with fucking hey.
How do I put a smiley face in a talk? But I can't give you a smiley face when we're talking on the phone. Just like, Bobby, did you see that? Oh my God, that was so funny.
Jay, I can pick up your tone right away. Hey, it's Jay. What's up? Can you do tomorrow? Yeah, it's a different vibe.
All
Text
right.
messages. Can you tomorrow? Can you do it? It's like, wait a minute. Hi, how are you? Hello.
See,
how was your day?
nobody gives a fuck how your day is going.
Have you been on a hold to get
We
a
never
loan
talk
from the
anymore.
government to fucking survive for the next couple months? For the last 5 hours?
So you have a show coming up this weekend.
That's my kind of text. Get right to the point. Tomorrow at the bell at 10 o'clock, in or out.
Yeah, fuck off. I'm gonna tell you, your text suck a bag of dicks, and you're gonna have to deal with that. And
No,
I might-
the first text is always something like, "Hey, what's up?" It's like useless. You don't need it.
Listen, if you're Mike, yes. If you're Colin, okay. I don't know. I've talked to you twice in my life. You don't just go, "Hey, can you do it?" It's like, "Hey, ease the fuck into my life."
That's
You
true.
know
I got
what I
a
mean?
text. I got a text from Captain Brian today. It started out very nice.
Yeah,
Hey,
how
buddy,
does-
how you doing? Hope everything's well. I haven't seen you in a while. Happy New Year. Hey, by the way,
That's how he got to
All right.
captain.
All right, please pull Lou. You know what, Lou? Go fuck yourself. How's that? How's that tone for you? Is that the tone you're talking about?
I said, Bobby, why is it text message stinky? He goes, it stinks.
You read every text like you're talking to Mush.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Well, yeah,
find
that's
my-
what you laugh at, you fucking cocksucker. Well, I'm just saying. I mean, fuck you, Lou. Listen, here's the thing. It's terrible. It's a fucking terrible text. Good morning. This is for John Bella morning show. They said you've called in before. Tomorrow at 10:30. Can you do it?
And you're right back. Yeah,
That wouldn't-
I know those guys. I'd be
Okay.
happy to do it.
That wouldn't bug you.
No, I'd be like, yeah, I'm available tomorrow at 10:30.
If you didn't know who it was, that wouldn't bug you.
I'd put two and two together and figure out who it was.
Yeah,
I'd
take
still
you to a
say,
trailer.
who is this?
Sticking
Just
your
that
ass.
to be like passive aggressive. I'd be like,
Right.
I'm sorry, who's this, please? You know, something like that.
I did do that. I went, "Who's this?"
In his voice.
Smiley face, or no, like that side slash, you know, like colon slash face.
So you're saying,
Stroke face.
okay, all right, I'll read it again. You know what? Hand banana, you're right. Unlike Lou, who comes across, who attacks me, you actually gave me a positive suggestion. So I will take that suggestion because I'm a good human being and I like to, I'm willing to change.
Read it in my voice.
Ready? Huh?
Read it in my happy voice.
You don't have a happy voice. You have a voice of exhaustion.
You have a voice that says you've given up.
Yeah, you have I gave exactly.
It's more like
Yeah,
I'm done.
you have a "Are we almost there yet?" voice.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what's the point? Let's just get it over with. Let's finish this.
Yeah.
I don't need to be doing this.
It's an anxious to get it over with voice.
All right, ready? All right, I will. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good morning. This is for the John DeBella Morning Show. They said you called in before. Tomorrow at 10:30. Can you do it?
Oh, John DeBella? Yeah, I like those guys. Sure, I'm available.
Listen, it's still short. It's short. Maybe I have a thing with people being short.
Yeah, but
Yes.
maybe
My
you
old
would
manager used to be short. He, and he
I thought we weren't going to talk about short and long.
I hate short when they. Well, Bobby, you just cost yourself a good time on Saturday night. Well, not if I fucking force myself into that van. Listen, kidding, Lou. No, you get the email, right? You ever get these emails, which fucking annoy me? See below.
Oh, I don't do that.
See below. That means they didn't even type me, "Hey, want to let you know we got an offer." And then they want to know what I think. It's like, first of all, I want to know what you think because that's your job. Like your job as somebody who represents me is to look at this information, come up with an opinion and maybe some alternate, ways to go about it. If you don't like it, if you like it, great. If you don't like it, figure out what we can do about it and how we can attack it. And then you go to me and go, "Hey, here's an offer. Let's talk about it in a couple minutes," right? Not see below. And I'm just doing what the fuck you just did.
If I want to see if a guy's interested in sex, I'm like, see below. I'm so stupid.
I made you wait so long for it though. Rant went on for too long.
I had a boss that no matter what would just send me an email, whether it was good or bad, and he would just write thoughts with a question mark. And I'm like, I don't know. Now I think I'm going to get fired. What do you want from me? Every email was whether they were like, "This is the worst show I've ever heard. This guy's a dick," or "This is the best show I've ever heard." He would just write thoughts.
Thoughts? I can't believe someone hasn't shot up this radio station. I don't know what thoughts.
Read those saved comments back happily.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't. I don't like people when they're short with you. It's just like, fuck you. I don't have the time. Everybody has a time. I know how life works. I know you have the time to write, "Hey, hi, thanks, how you doing?" Fuck you.
I'm gonna fucking overload emotion when I text you from now on. I'm gonna be like,
Listen,
"Hey, I hope you're having an awesome day."
Please, you don't need to do shit. I've built up a callus towards your fucking text message. I have a fucking. I mean, the callus for you is like my grandmother's foot. Nothing is penetrating that fucking thing. Okay? Having to become best friends with you it was like going through emotional war. When I started out, I was fucking just a young little happy fucking army guy. At the end, I got fucking ear belt. I got fucking blood. I'm missing a finger, my trigger finger. I learned how to shoot with my pinky.
You watched your best friend die. It's just brutal.
Yeah.
Wow. We've learned a lot today.
Yes, we've learned a lot. And so, Jay, what do you got going? You have anything going on?
Not really. I mean, I have a couple shows here and there. I'm doing a fundraiser for someone who's running for Brooklyn city president, which is kind of a fun little thing. Honestly, it's not really a lot. I'm trying to cut back on Zoom shows. I kind of feel like the Zoom shows are just like at a point where I'm not really getting better doing Zoom shows. You know, I'm just not getting paid and wasting my time.
Neither are
you
we.
know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just callous, but no, I'm just waiting it out. We'll see.
Oh yeah. What'd you say, Mike?
She said the show she's not getting better, and I said neither are we.
Sorry.
Did you see his tone? It sounds like he's giving up. He's just he's not a happy man. That's not a cheerful G. You know what I mean? That's a neither are we. We're never gonna make it.
Easy negative, Nelly.
I'm not fucking negative. I'm real. I'm not negative. Jay, would you call me negative?
Yes, I would. I would call you both negative.
I'm gonna quote my friend Colin Quinn, and I'm gonna say it's all gonna happen.
Colin's not at all negative.
It's all gonna happen.
I hope that was too loud, Lou. Anyways, so you got no shows to plug. What do you get to plug? Anything?
Look, not really. I really don't. I'm busy. I'm working on something kind of cool with Margaret Show, but I can't really talk about it yet.
Oh, really? This is breaking here. This is what you're supposed to do.
No, it's not. It's not.
Margaret Show is transitioning too.
Yes.
Google Margaret Show. What she's doing on Deadline. We'll know.
Not doing anything. No, I really. There's nothing. I'm doing a fundraiser for someone next month. I'm doing next week. I'm doing a couple Zoom shows. Honestly, it's just just follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That's all I got going on. I don't know till this shit show's over with.
What's your Instagram?
Instagram's at Jaye.McBride. It's JAYE.McBride, MCBRIDE. And Twitter's just Jaye McBride.
Very funny stand-up. So fucking funny. I can't wait to work with you again. I don't know when.
I can't either. It's being. I don't know if you worked on New Year's Eve, but were you on a stage or did you do Yeah, I got to do a stage. It was but it was streamed, so there were only 8 people in the audience. But even so, it's a beautiful theater. It was still just being on stage, holding the microphone, doing it. It's just it makes you feel like, all right, this is what I miss, and it also makes you hate Zoom shows because all you're doing is.
I haven't done one yet.
Really?
I haven't. I will not do a Zoom show.
Yeah. You're really. There's no point. And I'm
not.
I'm
going to run around my fucking shed. Just scream into a.
Right. No, you're talking to someone. Meanwhile, there's a baby crying in a Zoom, so that gets highlighted. Then there's someone look as a dog and stops everything. It's fuck this.
I will fucking hang from the ceiling fan, spinning around the room at the end of a Zoom show. That's if I do a Zoom show.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, that'd be good. Just be like mush. Mush.
Mush. I guarantee Mush would fuck it up and it would just cut out before I spun around. It would be for naught.
Bobby, your feet aren't in the picture. Can you move a little?
Bobby, I hear a buzz. It's the ceiling fan. I just hung myself. That's what. All right. Well, listen, it's great to have you on. Thanks for coming on. And
of course, thank you so much.
I'll talk to you soon. I'll give you a buzz.
Oh. All right, sounds good. I'll text you.
What's up? What's up?
The chat wants to know if Jay can answer the question you ask everybody.
Oh, yes. There's a good producer. That's why Mush gets paid the big bucks.
Right.
All right. Calta, do you want to ask it?
Yeah. Jay, we know that you're most likely not interested in it. And this is not a want to. This is if your life depended on it and you had to make sweet love to either me or Bobby, you will not hurt our feelings. Which one of us would you pick?
Oof.
And you could say why.
You have a gun to your head.
I would probably say Bobby because I've known him. Although that'd be weird. Maybe I would. Maybe not. I don't know.
Weird about it. What?
Yeah, that'd be weird. Maybe I'd say no, I think I'd go with Mike actually because it's
I don't know if you can switch.
No, all right. You know what? I'm gonna say Bobby because I would never hear the end of it if I took Mike. So I'll stick with Bobby.
Pressure to right into switching.
I will. You know what? I won't say anything. Who would it be if you had to pick?
Neither one of us could help your career, and neither one of us will complain to you.
Gee, what kind of world would that be? It would be Bob because Mike would just be like, here we go. Let's just fucking get this over with. I think.
Yeah. Hurry up! I gotta go to hockey.
We're not getting married.
Hurry up! I got a brisket. I gotta take care of.
I feel like that's fucked up. I feel like that she picked me, and then you peer pressured her into
Yeah,
changing.
a little bit. But that's
Me,
part
and then went to you, and then went back.
She was
to
like, she was letting it sink in.
like, I would have been shot by now, basically, just waiting to choose. If there's a gun to my head, it'd be like too late. Fuck you.
She was like, I know Bobby longer,
It's not worth
but
it.
I'd rather this guy toss me around.
It'd be
And then
weird.
you were-
Like, I think it'd be weird having sex with someone you know as a friend, but I don't know.
I feel like I got robbed tonight. Thank God I won yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I got it. We're back up. Well,
Are you guys keeping score? I mean, you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
Oh,
keep
yeah.
track?
Ask everybody. Yeah.
Who was yesterday?
Mush.
It's Chrissy Mayer.
Oh yeah.
She picked you.
Solid pick for me.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't care. I'm glad I got Jay, and I'll take Jay as a solid win. There you go.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying. You bullied your way into that one.
whatever. I don't give a shit. Fucking go shit your pants.
So anyone who wants to know how to have sex just with me, just bully me. That's all it takes. Just say like, look, this is how it's got. No, just fucking do it. Just no. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I don't know if I
I'm sorry.
want to. You have to. You're
Okay.
gonna fucking do it.
It was like I know I have to go, but like really quickly, I'll just like bullying works with me. I don't know what it is. When I got my boobs done, I remember went to the doctor and I was thinking I'd go, and this is totally true. I think I'd go with like a big B, small C. He just looks at me, looks up, and goes, we'll see. And I was fine. And then I ended up with double D. So I'm like, it works. He did.
Yeah,
how he wanted.
the doctors are like, if I'm gonna fucking do it, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
If I'm gonna
Shake it off the
paint,
pot, right?
I'm gonna paint a Picasso. I'm not gonna go in there and do paint by fucking numbers. I want to. It's my work of art.
No half measures.
Yeah. All right. Well, look.
All right.
Next time we talk, you'll be able to pick again, free of all pressure.
You don't get to fucking pick twice. All right, listen. All right, we'll see you later. Thanks, Jay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye,
Take care,
Jay.
guys.
Bye.
Nice
Bye.
to meet you.
You
Nice.
too. See, that was fun and educational.
Yes. Yeah, she's great. Really, really good person. Great comic too.
So is Rachel
Betty.
Feinstein not going to be on the show today?
No.
Was she ever?
No, I sent you the text that she was feeling sick.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
All I know is I was expecting Rachel Feinstein to be on the show. And when I turned it on, I saw Jay and I was like, what's going on?
You're in the group text.
Yeah. You may have. I just may not have seen it much.
I didn't say it. He said it. And he said it very lightly. He literally sung a lullaby to you on that one. You're in the group text. Bush is afraid of you.
Well, no, he's not.
There he is.
Oh.
He's afraid. Lou asked how I like Breaking Bad so far. It's great. It's a very stressful show though. It's very stressful.
It gets worse.
It's a very stressful show, but the transformation of his character is pretty fucking great. And the young guy, whatever, he just yells the whole fucking show. Every show. He's just screaming it.
Do you know Skinny Pete yet?
His friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
I just love those guys. Skinny Pete and the other one.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's one looks like retarded Matt Damon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just got done with I think it's season 2 with the fucking what's his name? Tuca?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Tuca. Tuco. So it's it's a good show. I like it. I've been watching it, but it's I mean, am I out of fucking line with that?
Yes, you're a baby.
Wow, really?
He just got right to the point. I don't know. That's how I like it. Tell me what you want. Stop fucking wasting my time.
But I don't know who you are.
That's all I need.
But I don't. Who is it?
I figured out it's somebody probably where John DeBella is.
But even that, you're lying. If some show guy called you up, some producer from a show or somebody like that, that's who I thought it was. It was like his producer or something. and it was just like tomorrow 10:30. Can you do it? It's like there should be. If Spanish ever talked to one of your guests like that, you'd be pissed.
Yes.
And why would you be pissed?
Because this guy feels like he's on your level and he feels like he could just talk to you this way.
But why would you be mad at Spanish?
Because it's not a business-like way to talk to somebody.
So I'm right. So so even though you say I'm out of line, I'm actually right.
You presented it to me in a way that I understand the way you're coming from now.
Right. Like if it was you or Nor, I get it. But some dude I don't really know, and I don't know who it is.
Yep.
And then
I'm
you
with you
talk
on
to
this.
me like, okay, all right, that's good.
You turned me around.
All right, perfect. What are you doing tonight?
Oh man, I got a great night planned ahead. I'm gonna drive 45 minutes, take my son to hockey. Then I'm gonna sit in the car with the seat heat on so I could sleep for an hour. Then I'm gonna come home and go back to bed.
You tired, huh?
It's my day. This is what I have to do.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get into a fucking depression. I'm literally on the edge of the fucking midwinter cold out every fucking day.
It's starting to warm up here, and that's depressing me.
Dude, it's fucking freezing here, man.
It's
like,
not.
I mean, it's just gray and cold, and you can't go anywhere, and the world is fucking ended.
We have a new president now. Everything's changing. Everybody's gonna be fine in like 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days, dude. At least last year, when I get to go to the cellar and see Liz and see the other comics and do shows. And
what have you done with my wife?
What do you mean?
My wife just came in here and brought me a homemade dinner that she made in the oven. You want to see it?
Yeah,
it's healthy.
Let me see that. What is that?
It's chicken with tomatoes and avocado and some potatoes.
Oh, I love it. Where is she? Is she right there? Can I see her?
Yeah, come over here. You have to come over here though so I can see you.
Hi, Mama.
Hi.
How are you?
Great.
Does he look so good on his camera?
You do look so good.
Thank you. Are you going to Aruba? No, you're not going. Are you going to Aruba? Is my mic cutting out?
What?
I can't hear him. Do you hear him?
No. What did you say? What? Hold on.
Oh my God. Where are you going? Get back here, lady. Where is she going?
She just ghosted both of us.
So you're not going?
I don't think we can.
Yeah.
I told you about the plane situation. It doesn't take us like 7 hours to get there.
Right.
It's just a short turnaround time.
Yeah.
We don't want to take the kids out of school for a lot of days.
It would have been so much fun.
Can we go a different time?
What?
Can we go a different date?
When?
The kids have spring break, I think, in March.
No, I can't go twice. I can't, it is what it is, I mean,
that stinks because we really want to go.
Oh, it would have been fucking great. Nobody's there. It would have been us on the fucking beach with the kids. They'd be playing. Me and you'd be fucking chilling, going in the water, eating dinner. Fucking, I had a whole ATV trip on the back island ready for us. We're going to go on the whole day trip on the back to the caves, then to the natural park, and then hit Baby Beach, and then drive through the fucking red light district all the way back home. And then we're going to hit a really cool little restaurant that night. It was all set up and ready to go.
If I win Mega Millions tonight or Powerball tonight, we'll go.
All right. Well, we have tickets for tonight, so I forget everybody's number. But
all right, I'm on it.
What are you gonna do? All right, listen, everybody. Make sure you go to all our social media. You know what it is, Calta and Kelly, and go to. You're watching this on YouTube. It's on fucking YouTube. We're free on YouTube, except Friday show, and all the shows live. If you want to be in the room with all these beautiful little fucking ladybugs, and chat with us and be part of the show, because they definitely are. Go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly, and you can become a member of the show and get the Friday show and the jerk off party on Saturday nights only on patreon.com. And make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. We're trying to get this fucking thing up subscribe, like,
Love,
comment
pound it.
if you need to. And Mush, what do you got?
Follow me at Mike F. Suarez. Me and Greg Stone have some new stuff coming out pretty soon called Mr. Ridiculous. And yeah, that's about it for me. Bobby, you, however, have quite a lot of stuff coming up. Well, 2 really big things. One this Saturday.
For starters, tomorrow morning, John DeBell at 10:30. Then Soul Joe's on Saturday, January 23rd at 7 p.m. in the outside heated dome. And then the 30th in Connecticut at the Wall Street Theater. Tickets available at wallstreettheater.com, or you could watch it from wherever you are at wallstreettheater.live on the live stream.
Yeah, I'm going to have to come on your fucking Mike Calta show and do a promotion for that next week.
I'll have Spanish text you a well-worded text.
You know what your superhero would be? Captain Cunt. Captain Cunt. Exactly. That's it. All right. Well, listen, man. Mush, Mike, great show. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. We have a guest tomorrow?
We do. Tomorrow we are going to have Joe List and Renan Hirschbaum from their new podcast, Connor's Ultimate Movies.
What? What was the
Joe
second
List
half of what
has
you said?
Renan
Joe List,
Hirschbaum.
this is what I heard. Joe List, and then you had a stroke. Joe List and 100% of movies. Am I wrong? That's what I
Joe
heard.
List is someone with a lot of consonants, a lot of vowels in their name. And
Well, who is that guy?
He's Joe List's partner on that podcast.
And how do you say it?
Renan Hirschberg, I think it is. Hirschberg or Hirschbaum?
Renan Hirschbaum.
Hirschbaum.
Oh, boy. Renan Hirschbaum.
From Connor's Ultimate Movies.
Who's Connor?
Joe List is alter ego.
Oh, boy. This is going to be great.
This is going to be fun, man. Oh, you're making me hungry with that little nugget you're eating.
Tomorrow at 5. I mean, tomorrow at 7. Sorry, tomorrow at 7.
Ooh, tomorrow at 7. We'll see you guys then. Love you guys. Love you, Mike.
See ya.
Like you a lot, Mush.